Yeah, with 2025 coming to a close, I thought I'd be like any other gamer and rank all the games I played this year. There's a lot of them, probably too many, but yeah. Again, also, this is my own tier list. It's mainly based on how much I enjoyed the game, and the main three factors I enjoy about games would be the story, characters, and the MC. For the most part, gameplay is like a factor, but not as much as like certain other gamers, so there's that. First tier would be the drop tier, and that would be Pyre. Pyre is the only game I dropped this year, and I think it's just an unfortunate event, pretty much. I think if I played this literally any month but the first month, I actually probably would have finished this, but I'll talk about the game later. But there was a different game that I played beforehand that was a really long game, and it had portrait plus text box, and quite frankly, I just wasn't in the mood to play another portrait plus text box game at all. And another thing I really didn't like about Pyre is that we were basically a faceless entity, which is first-person faceless entity, which is like, oh great, how fun. I really don't like it when the protagonist is like a faceless entity. Like, I really don't like that. But we were basically just like the leader, helping people ascend, and it was unfortunate because I think if I liked the other three games, any of the three games before I played Pyre, I probably would have saw it through, but I was just such in you know what, that I just did not want to play any more of Pyre, so I just decided to drop it. So yeah, D tier are games where I pretty much had little to no fun. Either I could not give two shits about the story, or the gameplay was so bad I'm just like, bro, what the heck? Or you get the double whammy. So the next one would have been Titan Souls then. Titan Souls was not fun at all to me. If you like the gimmick, fine. But the gimmick was basically, you get one shot, I get one shot. The difference, though, is that I have to do a run back. Like, every single time you die, you have to do a run back. Every single fucking time you die. And because you die in one hit, you're going to die a lot. And that... oh, I was so done with it. Oh my god, I was so done with it. And also, like, you know, later on, bosses like only have like a 1 to 2 second window for you to actually like hit them. Not that. Oh, it was so bad. I did not like Titan Souls gimmick in the fucking slightest. Oh my god, I had no fun with that game at all. And next one's pretty close as well, though, which would be oh, by the way, any game could like. The rankings are pretty similar per se. The only thing that really matters is like the tierings, but the rankings, like the actual number rankings, aren't really that big of an issue. But it's mainly just the tier that they're on that actually matters. So yeah, Sifu is the next one. Sifu was also just not that fun. Like, it's another fucking boring ass revenge story where it's just like, oh, revenge is bad, blah blah blah, killing is bad, I don't really care. The combat was just not fun. The final boss is an absolute obnoxious, like, genuinely, like, out of this whole year, that boss battle is still the most obnoxious final boss battle I had to face. That final boss battle was so asinine. Oh my god, I just did not like it. The story I could not give two shits about. The MC as well is another no name MC, which I didn't really care about his story, so it's just like, oh great, fan fucking tastic. And it's just like the gameplay is just so like not fun for me, because it's like in Death, but like I don't care about like difficult, I guess, combat games. So yeah, Sifu was not that fun at all. Vampyr is the next one, also not that fun. The gameplay, clunky AF. The story, absolutely, what the hell was that fucking story, man? Jonathan as an MC is so bland. I'm not even joking. Like, for anything that wasn't the main story, I literally just skipped the dialogue, because I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to. It's just like, this is the game I should have fucking dropped. Like, genuinely, this was the game I should have fucking dropped. I don't know why I didn't drop it, but I should have fucking dropped this game. This story was just so nonsensical. And it's mainly just because, I don't really want to spoil it, but like the romance between Jonathan and like the main female lead is so contrived. I'm just like, what the hell? hell, man. That like Jonathan as an MC is just like just boring AF. Like the story just nonsensical, and the gameplay is really fucking clunky, and it's just like, I played a pacifist route, and I get it. Oh, you play a more pacifist route, it's supposed to be bad. Like, I don't care. I stay out a miserable time playing the game, so yeah. The next one, Killzone, Shadowfall. Oh, who would have guessed? A first-person shooter being in D tier. Who would have guessed? It's almost like I don't like first-person shooters. I don't like first-person shooters. I think Lucas as an MC is very forgettable, because again, it's like first-person. We literally never see Lucas's face at all, so it's just like, oh great, how fun. Which is why I don't really like first-person games for the most part, because like, we can't see our actual MC, the protagonist, so that's really hard for me to like/connect with them more if I don't get to see them at all. So yeah, and also the story is not, again, the story is just not, like, they had an interesting premise, like, I won't lie, like the premise they had was actually fairly interesting, and I was interested in it, but then they basically do nothing with that premise. Like, they do nothing with like the initial hook. Like it's really just nothing. I really don't remember much of it, even though it was literally the last game I played this year. I was supposed to play a different game. The last game was supposed to be a different game, not Killzone, but I didn't have enough time to think I would be able to finish it this year, so I didn't want to like overlap, so I just picked Killzone instead. But yeah, again, I don't really like first-person shooters. I basically had, again, the fucking gameplay, like usual, just like shooting things, which is like, oh wow, how fun. The last in detail would have been Mirror's Edge Catalyst. It's a first-person platformer, which I must say is an interesting decision, because most games I play platform-wise are obviously third-person. Faith as an MC is also just not that interesting to me at all. Like, I don't find Faith as an MC that interesting. I think her story is like, it's like her trying to like abandoning her sister, or like reuniting with her sister. It's just like, I really just did not care for the story or Faith at all. And then in doing so, it's like the gameplay is like monotonous. It's like the two main things is like the platforming, like timed platforming, which I could care, like time trials pretty much, which I don't really care for time trials. And then the other one was combat, which the combat was also fairly clunky, so I literally just mostly, for the speaking, just speed ran through the game, because I didn't like either aspects of it. And so yeah, that's kind of that one. But that was detail. C tier would be the next tier. C tier kind of is a combination of a few things, of games that's just like, I can't really recommend them. Oh, it's like they're not really like my cup of tea. Like, I can see why some people like them, but it's not really particularly my cup of tea. Or like, also another thing is like, I really don't like, I would have been fine never playing them. C tier is kind of just that tier of like, like truly genuinely like games. Like, I can't really say much about them, honestly. There's something I liked about them, but not a lot. But yeah, starting with C tier, it would be Viewfinder. It had a really cool gimmick, you know, for the most part. Like, if you're seeing the gameplay, they had a really like cool gimmick, like, oh, isn't this neat? Like, that's a pretty neat, like, at first, but then like after like even the first, like after the initial like reaction, like, oh, that's pretty cool, it kind of just gets boring in my opinion, because like you're basically, it's a puzzle game, but you're like doing the same thing. Also, the MC is again faceless, no name. Oh, how fun, whoop-de-doo. So there's also that. But just like the gameplay one, it's just like it's neat, like, oh wow, that's so cool. But then afterwards, it's like, okay, now we just have to repeat this over and over again. Like it's already a short game, but I genuinely wished it was just shorter, because the premise, or like the puzzly part of it, didn't actually, like, the gameplay loop actually was engaging enough for me to like wanted to play it more. And again, the story, again, it's like fine. No, it's not fine. It's boring. What am I saying? It's fucking boring AF. The story just being like, you are basically like the premise, non-spoiler, is that you're trying to find something that will help your planet from like this digital space. So yeah, the Plucky Squire would be the next one. Jolt as an MC, he's fine, I guess. He's not really that memorable. The thing, like the different the different gameplay styles was kind of fun, but then the problem though is that they kind of like rehashed them, and I'm just like, why? Overall, and it's also like really handholdy. Like this is probably the most handholdy game I played this year. Like it's so fucking handholdy. Like they repeated so many things. Like, oh, did you know you can do this? And then 30 minutes later, like, oh hey, by the way, this thing is here to help you. Like, game, shut the fuck up, please. I know. It was so handholdy, and it just didn't really pique my interest like at all. So yeah, that's kind of just where the Plucky Squire sits out. It's like the story is like not that like the story not that memorable. Short as an MC, not that memorable to me at all. So yeah, the next one would be Gris. It's a game about grief, and unfortunately, like always, I don't really care about games about grief. The story is a up to your interpretation game, to say the least. So it's just like like you can infer some other things, but it's like I never really knew. I didn't try to like think deeper into like the game at all. Like I knew it, like genuinely, if it wasn't for like the trophies or like other YouTubers talking about the game, I would have no idea that the game was about grief at all. And Gris as like an MC is just silent for the most part. It was like her tribulations, and again the gameplay is just a 2D side scroller platformer for the most part. Pretty bland, pretty basic. I just didn't really care for like the story or the premise of it at all. So yeah. The next one, What Remains of Edith Finch. Edith is an interesting narrator slash MC. I'll give you that much. Like her narration was kind of neat, but the problem though is that what she was narrating was just boring ass stories in my opinion. Like if you know the end like we all know the Finch family dies of someone, and you can assume it's either bad luck or a curse. Again, it's really up to your interpretation. The game does not actually tell you which one it is, and it's just like her narrating the her family deaths just weren't that interesting to me, because like, oh wow, they died. It's like, oh wow, they died. Oh wow, he died. Oh wow, she died. Like we could learn about the cause of deaths, but it's like, it's just not fun, you know what I mean? Like I can see why some people like it, but I just did not care for the story at fucking. I did not care for the story at all. It's just like cloaked with death, which is like, oh great, people dying. Oh, you whoop-de-doo, I literally do not care. And then obviously like Edith as like an MC is fine, but like as like a narrator, like, she just had to narrate like, you know, just like in my opinion pretty boring stories. But yeah, and obviously gameplay, it's like first person. It's like you're running through the house. It's like, it's fine, I guess, for the most part. So yeah. The next one, A Short Hike. I think it's a blessing and a curse, because the short hike really is a short game. You can beat this in like 1-2 hours, you know, at most. It's a really short game. And the problem though, like Claire as an MC, her goal is basically just to get on top of like the highest point, basically a mountain, to like get one of the cell phone service to call her mom. I'm pretty sure that's the premise of the story. And it's just like, I think gameplay wise, it's like chill, but it's not memorable enough for me to be like, oh yeah, that was a really good game. You know what I mean? Like it's a short game, but because of that, it's like for some people they really like a short experience. But for me, it's like, if you're going to have a short game, it better be like that whole hour, 2 hours better be an absolute fucking banger, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because even if I find 30 minutes of the game bland, that's like, oh, I find over half the game. Like half the game I found bland then in doing so. You know, like my playtime, half of it was bland. It was like, okay, all right, not really great. You know what I mean? And that's the problem with such short games, is that if you basically don't have like, if there's not like the whole game's got to be absolutely like a banger for me to enjoy, it's like, I don't like that. Then it's gonna get pretty low, and that's why short games are kind of hard to like get higher for the most part. So yeah, and it's just like, yeah, and it's just like Claire again, don't particularly care for her story or journey about like finding things and interacting with people. I don't find any of the characters memorable either, so that's kind of just how it is. Sorry guys, again, I know some people like these games, but I really don't. So yeah, the next one would be Wavetale. The gameplay was kind of neat, but it doesn't save it at all. I think Sigrid as an MC could have been interesting, But the problem though is that it focuses on a story premise that I don't really like at all, and which would be fixing the mistakes of like older people, or like the older generation's grudges, or like feuds. Like I hate it when the younger generation has to deal with like the older generation feuds pretty much. I really don't like stories like that at all, cause just like, you know, like Sigurd as an MC really didn't do anything fucking wrong, other than like, I don't know, being born in like a long time. Oh sweet, how fun. Now I have to fix, you know, my grandma's grudges or like fucking mistakes. Like, oh, how fucking fun, you know what I mean? Like, not fun at all. So yeah, but the gameplay was sort of neat. Like I did like gliding around the waves, you know, that was kind of fun, you know what I mean? But it does not save the game at all, because I care more about the story and characters, and I think Sigurd is not that memorable of a MC at all, and the gameplay is like fun, but the story is just so not for me. So yeah, and Solar Ash is kind of very similar to Wavetale, funny enough. Solar Ash, I think, what was our name? Ray. That was our MC. I think Ray as an MC is like a bit too delusional. Like, it seems weird why. So I guess slight spoilers, not really, but it's like all like most of our companions are dead before we even arrived, pretty much. And it's just like she keeps on thinking that, oh, one of them's gotta survive. Oh, surely one of them's still alive. Like, each time we go to like a new area, she thinks that like they're not all dead, which is like, wait, please, girl, they're all dead. But yeah, once again, the gameplay was serviceable at best. It was mind-numbing enough to where I platinumed it, but it's not really actually that. Like, the gameplay wasn't really like that fun, in my opinion. It's just like, it was kind of just like mindless. And again, way than MC, not that memorable. And then like the story, like the twist at the end, it's kind of neat, but like, I'm not going to give it anything higher for having like a twist ending. Like, oh, big surprise, you have like a twist ending. Almost like half the games that I play have twist endings. It's like, sure, it's neat, but like it needs more for me. Like there's a different game that also had like a twist ending that's significantly higher up. We'll talk about that later. So, but that's because I like the character. Like, I have to like the character more to care about the twist ending. You know what I mean? And because I don't really care about Ray, then it wasn't really that impactful for me at all. And then this one would be an interesting one. Labyrinth of Galleria, the Moon Society. Oh, how far you have fallen, game. How far you have fallen. So, last year, I played the prequel, or like the first game, which would have been Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dusk. And that game I really did enjoy. And so then in doing so, playing the sequel, they have to obviously, like, I have higher expectations for a sequel than like the base game, no matter what. And the problem with Labyrinth of Galleria is that it really wasn't that fun. Like I really wanted to love this game, do not get me wrong. But like Eureka and Nachiro are just, I think they were fine. I think those two were honestly fine MCs. The problem though is that because it's like, so minor spoilers, they do a little twist. They do a little twist in like the first game in Coven of Dusk. But the problem though that twist kind of loses its charm, because you know like it could happen. And they try to do it in the Moon Society, and it just loses all of its fucking luster, because just like because this is a sequel to the game, so they try to like one up the twist of what they did in Coven of Dusk, but I just do not think the payoff is worth it, because the twist is it's just so fucking it's so convoluted for no fuck ass reason, is basically like my opinion. Like, I think it's so fucking bad. Like, the end of Act 1 is decent, but then they just don't do anything with like Act 2 and 3. Like, I find Act 2 absolutely fucking pointless. Like, it's just like they had something between like the interactions between Eureka and Nachiro. They actually had something there, but then they just forced Nachiro to just say some of the dumbest shit, you know, to save some of the dumbest shit to like create conflict or like, you know, create drama, and I just hate plot devices like that. Any character that just is forced to say shit that is literally not of their own volition just to create drama or like move the plot forward, I fucking hate that shit so goddamn much. Like, they had something, they genuinely had something with Eureka and Nacho, but it's just like they literally do fuck all with it, and they try to make it more twist or more convoluted, because the first game had like a little twist slash reveal, so we gotta one up it. But the problem is it's a sequel, so I was expecting it, so it didn't mean anything. Like, oh my fucking god, this could have been a good game, but the problem is that it was the fucking sequel. So it's just like I have such high expectations, because I think Luca, I think the main trio of like Luca, Naldi, and was it Dorothy? No, it wasn't Dorothy. It was Dronia. It's just like those three actually had like good chemistry or like fun banter slash interactions, but the main trio in this game is absolutely fucking just like no, like Eureka, Nacho, and whatever the fuck the witch's name was, I think Mata or some shit like that. It's just like, it was just so not fun. Like comparatively, like I'm comparing this to Cover the Dusk, and I'm just like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, it just had so much potential. If they just kept going after Act 1, like if they just continued the storyline in Act 1, I think it would have been good. But they just did just the most randomest ass pointless twist, in my opinion, because they were trying to one up Covenant of Dusk convoluted story. That is all I can think about, and because in doing so, it's just like no. So I just had to get that off my chest. Oh my god, just because the last game was so good. You know, at least I enjoyed the last game. I enjoyed the last game so much. It was just why I had such high expectations for this game, or just like why I want to critique it so much. But just like, oh my fucking god, it was so bad. Such a shame. Oh wells. The next one would be the B tiers. The B tiers are basically games I didn't really mind. Like, they didn't do anything too great, but they also didn't do anything too bad. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't mind playing these games, and I could totally, like, any game above B tier, I can recommend. Any game below, any game I talked about beforehand, I can't really recommend for personally, if you have similar tastes to me. But yeah. So the next one, starting B tier, would be the Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. I think the art style was really neat. I think the story is fairly predictable. But I think the prince and the princess do have an interesting dynamic. The story was pretty predictable though, but the dynamics between the two, you know, was kind of neat. And then I won't lie, like the art style is kind of carrying this a little bit. You know what I mean? Like the art style is kind of neat. I really do like the art style, and like, you know, it's like I didn't mind. Like comparatively to like all the other games beforehand, I didn't really mind the game. You know, it was just a chill game that I played. No strong feelings about it. So yeah, either way, you give it a little bit more of the controversial games. Dead Space would have been the next one I played. The remake, by the way. The Dead Space was an interesting game, to say the least. Like, I think as an MC it's just like, I think the story overall is just like not really my thing, like at all. Like I think like the twist, like I don't really want to spoil it, because you know this game it's not always I don't make this tier list to be spoilery, but the twist at the end is so fucking predictable. Like I literally called it like literally like at the start of the game. I pretty much called like what like the twist, or like the twist ending. It's like I pretty much called it. If you know, you know. But yeah, I think overall, I think as an MC, it's just also just not that memorable for me. And it's just like, oh, why is it so high up then? Because I didn't mind playing the game. You know what I mean? Like I did. It does nothing great, but it does nothing bad. Like, I can see why some people love the Dead Space here. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't mind, like, the gameplay. Actually, yeah, I really didn't. I actually really did actually somewhat enjoy like the gameplay loop. The gameplay loop of, you know, you chopping off the xenomorphs, I think. But, you know, like you chopping off the limbs of like the xenomorphs or shooting off the limbs of the xenomorphs, grabbing their like claw stick or whatever, and then just pew, throwing it back, grabbing another one, pew, throwing it back. That gameplay loop was actually I actually really did like that gameplay loop. I think that gameplay loop was actually kind of neat. I think the story and premise are just not really my thing, though. It's like I knew I probably wasn't going to like Dead Space at all, and I came out of it like, you know, again, like, oh, just like the last game, having no really strong feelings about it at all. Isaac is like a fine MC. Like, if you like him, I can see why you like him, but I don't really like him, and I think the story is like super fucking predictable. Like, super predictable. Like, the twist was not a twist at all. Like, anyone in their right fucking mind knows it's not. But yeah, no, that's just my own opinion. But yeah, Death's Door would be the next one. This is purely just gameplay for the most part that's carrying this game. I did enjoy the gameplay. The premise / story is absolutely fucking trash, though. Like, it's basically like that, like the first hour, so I don't even care, like, minor spoilers for like the first hour or like the premise of like the game. But the premise of the game is basically a old crow fucks up his kill or whatever, doesn't collect his soul, so he takes your soul and he now makes his problem your problem. And if you know from Wavetale, I don't really like that premise at all. It's just like, you fucked up, now I have to fix your mistakes. Go fuck yourself. You know, like the Grey Crow is an absolutely terrible. And they try to make him like a sympathetic soul, or like, oh, look how bad this, you know, don't you feel bad for like the Grey Crow? It's like, no, I fucking don't. I want to kill his ass. Please let me kill his ass. Oh my god. Like, I genuinely hated the story premise. The story premise was so fucking trash because I genuinely hate that. It's like, you know, I fucked up, so now it's a bit, but and this is my problem, so now I'm gonna make it your problem. Like, go fuck yourself, Grey Crow. But like the gameplay itself was engaging enough to where I didn't mind playing it. I also platinumed it as well, so yeah. But just like, you know, the gameplay was challenging enough to where I did not mind playing Death's Door at all. It was neat, but again, like, no strong bad or negative things from it, which is basically what B tier is. And this is where we're gonna get the real controversial Dark Souls. It's not that hard. It is not that hard of a game. Like, at least for now, like, difficulty-wise, Dark Souls is not that hard. Like, I haven't played all the Souls games yet, obviously, but I don't think Dark Souls is hard at all. Like, I really don't. Like, it's just like this. And also, yes, the MC as well. What were we, like, the Chosen Undead or some shit like that? What were we again? The Chosen Undead. It's like fine. I think, like, lore-wise, again, like anything, lore-wise, it's absolutely great. But actually playing the game, like, you're not really given any of the lore. You have to like read texts, and God forbid a gamer like me reads. God forbid that. But yeah, no, this is like the most like this is definitely gonna be like the most controversial pick that I have, because I have Dark Souls solo. But it really is just like, like I said, I really think the game is like fine. I don't think the game is hard whatsoever. Like, Dark Souls is not hard in like the slightest, in my opinion. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad game, but it's like it mostly focuses on like gameplay, which is just like, it's fine. But like the story with like Gwyneth, it's like, yeah, I don't really care about the story, you know, for the most part. The lore is neat. If you just put that, like, actually in the game, like, actually give me, like, a coherent story, I'd probably like it more. And why it gets so high up is because the gameplay is neat. Is it hard? Not really. But, you know, the gameplay is still neat. Like, I still did at least enjoy, like, running around the place and, like, killing bosses. I still did somewhat enjoy that. So that's why it goes into B tier. So, yeah. And now we go into B+ tier. This tier is basically games where I enjoyed them more than B, but I don't enjoy them enough to put them in A. is basically where B plus lies. Like B plus is literally like BL, borderline, pretty much, you know what I mean? That's basically what B plus is. Starting the list would be a game that I'll probably never post a video about, Arc Raiders. I fell into the hype of Arc Raiders, so I got it. And as you can see from the stat page, I played a lot of Arc Raiders. And my main critique with it is, Mbok, what the fuck are you doing? Why is the platinum still unattainable? What? It's been over 2 months, Mbok. Can you please just make the platinum attainable already? Like, how the hell? There's three, roughly speaking, bug trophies in Arc Raiders right now, which is deal 1,000 damage to Arc, which is crazy how that's still bugged. Use a lure grenade to make an Arc attack another Arc, which is crazy how that's still bugged, and then have an Arc you summoned with a snitch scanner down a combat later. Those are the main 3 bugged ones, and they're still bugged after 2 fucking months. Mbok, please, I'm not even joking. I probably would have not played 50 hours of this game. Like, I probably would have stopped at like 100 hours, because that's basically when I got all of the attainable trophies. And I just kept playing because the platinum is unattainable. Like, I'm not even joking. The moment I get this fucking platinum, I'm dropping this game. Like, straight up. But it's so crazy. Why the platinum is still fucking unattainable? What the fuck, game? Come on, Mbok! But yeah, it's just like, I fell into the hype. Do I think Arc Raiders is like a decent game? Yeah, most definitely. It's definitely like a somewhat fun, like PvPvE extraction shooter. It's definitely fun. But it's just like, you know, the only reason I played it was like for the platinum, and the platinum's unattainable. So yeah, that's not fun. Not fun to say the least. The next one would be Ghost of Tsushima. This is an interesting game. I think Jin Sakai, like his story on becoming the ghost, is a somewhat, like him like becoming the ghost, or him like losing his honor and stuff like that. It could have been interesting. It's somewhat interesting. Like, I did like his interaction with Lord Shimura. I think those 2 interactions were actually really good. The problem, though, is that the side characters and the side content is all absolutely fucking trash. I'm not even joking. I dislike / don't like any of the main side characters. I think they're all basically trash. Like, honestly, I don't think any of them are fucking compelling at ever. And all the fucking side quests, like all the fucking side quests, 90% of the time, the other person's just going to be dead. Like, I'm sorry, that's not fun. That's just boring AF. If 90% of like your quest giver, the side quest, it had like a 90% mortality rate. Like, every single time you saw a quest, like, oh, people are dying, or oh no, my husband, he never came back, and surprise, surprise, the person's dead. Or you come back and like, oh yeah, the whole town, it's been slaughtered, and all this, and it's just like, oh my fucking god, like almost all the fucking side quests were just about fucking death, or somebody already being dead, or you having to find somebody, and whoop-de-doo, they're fucking dead. Or, you know, you come back and whoop-de-doo, the quest giver is dead. Like, what the fuck, man? Are you fucking joking? Like, the side quests were just so bad. I think the main quest, if you're just beelining it to the main quest, I think the game's not that bad. But if you are doing the other side, because I feel like I platinumed the game, so I had to do like the side quests, and the side quests were just so fucking repetitive. Holy shit, game, please do something else, man. But yeah, I was like, oh, why did you high up then? Because again, I really did not mind the game. I did enjoy like the stealth aspect of it. I did enjoy like his interactions and like Jin's like descent on like becoming a ghost. Not really that, I didn't really enjoy it per se, but I like the drama it created with Jin and Lord Shimura. I did like that. And again, the gameplay stealth part is not that bad, which is why it's this high, even though I like really high critiques for like not liking a single one of the fucking side characters. Oh my god, they're so fucking bland. Like, just a little caveat, but we give mercy to someone who basically killed thousands when Jin has killed traitors for less. So yeah, I really don't know what the fuck that side quest was about. That side quest was just so bad. That's so bad. The next one would be A Plague's Tale Requiem. Right off the bat, I do think it's better than Innocence, but it is mainly only because of Lucas. I think Amicia and Hugo again as an MCs, they are fine. I think their descent or like their like trauma / PTSD of like Amicia is neat, but they actually don't really do. They don't really do much with that trauma, in my opinion. And then Hugo's story is just like, I didn't really get it. I'll be real with you. Like, his ending, like, the ending is just weird. Like, I'll be real with you. Like, the ending just seemed a bit contrived, in my opinion. But the reason it gets so high up is because of Lucas. Lucas is an absolute MVP. But, like, Lucas, as like a side character, is the absolute MVP. I absolutely loved Lucas. Unfortunately, Lucas can only carry it so far. It's another one of these games, but I didn't really mention it for any of these games beforehand, but I can mention it this now, I guess. It's like, it's more of like that dark, depressing, and like meek type of story / setting, which again isn't particularly my favorite. But yeah, and it's just like the rats actually don't play that much of a big part in the role. And the problem though is like they want you to care more about like the new side characters they introduced, but I didn't really care for their stories. And again, the only reason Plague's Tale Requiem is so high up is because of Lucas. Like Lucas really made me like enjoy this game more than I did. If Lucas was not here, I would put this game lower. But Lucas was in the game, and Lucas was an absolute gem. I loved Lucas, but unfortunately he is a side character, not the MC. So in doing so, the game does get bought down just a little bit. So yeah, that was the 10th. I completely forgot that was like 10th place. But yeah, 9th place goes to Inscryption. Inscryption. This is unfortunate. I really liked the game. I really liked the gameplay loop of Act 1. I think Leshy being like this like semi dungeon master and you being in like a escape room, I thought that would like the genuine like card game. I think all of that was absolutely amazing, fan-fucking-tastic. I loved Leshy being like the sort of dungeon master and like the roguelike of like the cards and like you like building a deck of cards and you having to like retry over and over again, and you kind of being in this like escape room where outside of the board there's like puzzles you can do, but then there's also puzzles you can do like in the game that affects the outside of like the board game. I think that was absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. I think Casey's mod is such a fun fucking mod. I played that mod for like 12 hours straight because I just found Leshy's game mode so entertaining. Like it was so fun. But if you know, you know. Act 2 and 3 are absolutely trash. What the fuck in doing so? I loved Act 1 so much, but Act 2 and 3 are just so nonsensical. I just did not care, purely because I wanted to go back. I'm like, I don't care about any of this. I want to go back to the scene you made. And you want to know what the worst part is? They made Casey's mod, so they knew that that Act 1 was probably the favorite, like gameplay wise, out of like the 3 acts. So they knew, because there's no Casey mod for Act 2 or 3. There's only Casey mod for Act 1, because they know how good a fleshed out Act 1 was. So why the fuck did we change it? So bad. I found it so annoying. The ARG felt absolutely fucking pointless in my opinion. I really did not care about the story whatsoever. It is purely, the Inscryption is pure gameplay. and why it gets this high up. You know what I mean? Like, it's only, like, it's pure gameplay, but it also gets brought fucking down because of the absolute in my opinion, like, you can say the story makes sense, sure, I don't care. In my opinion, I don't care. It was just no, you had something, and then you ruined it. Yeah, but that's just my own opinion. That's just my own opinion. But yeah, that's why part 2 brings it down so much, because Act 2 and 3 brings it down a lot, to say the least. And here's another controversial one though. Final Fantasy VII, number 8th place for the number 8th. Final Fantasy VII. I wish this game was better. This game is just too old. For a gamer like me, the game is just too old. I think Cloud as an MC is super interesting. I loved seeing his story unravel and us learning about his past and like his like struggles. I absolutely loved that. Cloud dealing with his like struggles and like eternal problems. I absolutely loved that part of the game. Everything else, however, I really did not care about like anything else about the game at all. And also, it's just too old for me. The game came out in like 1997. It's 2025. It's 2025, guys. You know what I mean? Like, it is. It's not. I'm sorry. I have to say it. It's not that great of a game. They are just better games now that can just tell a story better, because it's just of its age. If you like old games, then that's perfectly fine. If you like the old games, that's perfectly fine. But for me, I cannot get over it. The graphics are just too old for me. Like, genuinely, the graphics are just too old for me. I just can't. And it's just like, I wanted to love this game. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to love this game because it's Final Fantasy fucking 7. You know what I mean? Like, the amount of hype that people have said, or that different gamers have said, set way too high of an expectations for a gamer, for me. Set way too high expectations at the end of the day. And so yeah, it's like, if the expectations weren't so high, then yeah, I wouldn't have been so like disappointed. But I was actually, for the most part, fairly disappointed in like Final Fantasy VII. I think Cloud as an MC, I thought his story was very interesting / compelling. But the problem though, like, it's just too old, and there's a lot of other things that I don't care about. Like, I don't want to say it, but like Barrett's story, I'm sorry, I don't care about Barrett's story at all. And then it's like the casino as well. I didn't really get the plot. It was like the casino. He's like, okay, but we will have to do this. And then obviously, like, the main thing, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that somehow doesn't know. But like, Aerith's story is just like, I wish I could care for it, but if I know what's going to happen, then I'm not gonna care. So yeah, that's just me though with Aerith. Tifa's fine. She's chill. But yeah, no, it's just like, nope. Just too old for me. And it might be a bit weird for the next game that I'm gonna say. But A tier, this is kind of high and low expectations, funny enough, but A tier is genuinely just games that I enjoyed. I'm not even joking. That is how easy you can get. That's my criteria for A tier. I'm not even joking. I just enjoyed the game. Like, if you tell me, oh hey, what'd you think about this game? And my first reaction is, oh, I enjoyed it. And I can't really think of any main critique. Like, that's the main thing with like A tier. Like, I can't think of any main critique that brings the game down. Or if there's one really good moment that I liked, and like the rest of the moments were just chill or like fine. You know what I mean? Like, that is literally how easy it is to get to A tier. It's just a simple, I enjoyed the game, because every other game, they're like a like caveat that I basically had, you know, for the most part. But that's genuinely how easy you could get into A tier. I'm not even joking for my criteria. Just be like, I enjoyed the game, like, genuinely. But the next one in 7th place would be Crow Country. Yeah, you'd be like, wait a minute, but Final Fantasy VII is the exact same style, isn't it? I mean, for the most part, yeah. But I think for one, the story is a bit more condensed. Like the story is definitely like more condensed. I do not think Mara and then MC is more compelling than Cloud. Hell no. but I didn't mind Mara's story, and this is just a combination of just like, there's nothing I can really critique about the game. Like, there's nothing I can really say that was bad about the game or like brought down the game. Like, I knew what the game was going for. The game was going for more of that old style, like the old style, like horror games, pretty much, like the really old style games, Resident Evil games, if you really want to. Like the old style horror games is the better interpretation of what Crow Country was doing, or what it was trying to like emulate, impress, inspired by. And in doing so, it's just like, I just enjoyed it. Like, I think the guns and the gameplay was, I didn't talk about Final Fantasy's gameplay. Who cares about that? But I think the gameplay of like Crow Country was really just like really neat. You know what I mean? Like I think all the guns were pretty good. The classic pistol, the shotgun, the flamethrower. I think they were all chill things. It's just like, it was just a nice, like, somewhat short experience, and where I knew what it was trying to convey. The story was actually told to me, which is a treat, by the way. How many games where the story just isn't told to me, in those type of games, at least. So it's like, it's not up to your interpretation, really. Like, for the most part, they tell you a story, they tell you about like why Mara is involved with it, and it's just like, I can see the vision, and there was just nothing I could really critique about the game. It's just like, yeah, it's a game. Like, even though I don't particularly enjoy those type of games, I can still enjoy it, and I still would highly recommend Crow Country, honestly. It was just an enjoyable game that I can't really think about anything too bad about Crow Country. And that's gonna be the rest for these 8 tiers, by the way, just saying. So yeah, there wasn't really too much of a high moment. I think the reveal at the end was neat, and I think the boss battles are also neat. It really that simple as that. So yeah, the next one then would be Celeste. Oh, here we go. I think Celeste is harder than Dark Souls. Sue me. I do not care. Like, Celeste is a very difficult platform. And I only did A side, by the way. I did not do B or C side. I believe if I did B and C side, I probably would have dropped this game, maybe lower, if I played B and C side. But for me personally, it's like, I enjoyed my time with it. It was a difficult platform. Oh my god, Celeste is a brutal 2D platformer. And this is coming from only someone who beat it A side. God forbid I play B and C side. I played the first stage of B side, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm good. From what I got out of the game, I enjoyed it. I'm not doing more to it. I think Madeline's story about her, like, overcoming depression, I guess, is, like, the main thing. I think that's sort of neat. I think, like, Madeline with her interaction with, like, Madeline 2. I know it's Madeline, but that sounds dumb in my opinion. So I'm saying even something even more dumb when to say Madeline 2. Like, I think, like, her, trying to, like, argue with, like, her inner self and trying to like climb the mountain. I think that was a really like compelling story. And I think her interactions with of the other ones, I think her interactions with Theodore was also like really cute, really fun. My main critique is like, I wish they had a little bit more illustrations, I guess, which is gonna be the next game. But yeah, because they had like little like picture moments like in like the credits. I wish we got more of that during the game. But yeah, gameplay one in it is definitely It is a brutal, but yet somewhat satisfying when you somewhat complete it. Like, I didn't find true satisfaction when I got to the summit, but it's more like we got to the top, boys, And again, now I think Madeline's struggle/story is not that bad. But again, there really isn't anything I can critique about the game. Like, I knew what it was going for, and it's just like it's something where it's like it didn't bother me. You know what I mean? Like, none of it bothered me. Oh my god, this is so bad. You know what I mean? Again, that's just how it is. But now we go into our top 5 video games. And by the way, I do not think any of these games are better than games like Celeste, Final Fantasy, or Dark Souls. I just enjoyed them more. That is all I did. Okay? Do not blame me in the comments, because we have some hot picks in the top 5, to say the least. The top 5, probably a game that none of you have heard about, I bet. Cogen, Sword of Rewind. This is mainly just one moment with a few sprinkled moments that I enjoyed. This game had illustrations, and you know, I'm a sucker for illustrations. I am just a sucker for illustrations, and I just enjoyed illustrations. I enjoyed the little illustrations that they showed sprinkled throughout the game. I think that was really neat. I think the gameplay as well is just really neat. If you really want to, the gameplay is just like Mega Man Zero, but I think it's a little bit better than Mega Man Zero. Now, granted, I've only played like the first game, and that was like 6 years ago, or like 5 years ago, or whatever, since I played Mega Man Zero. But I do think it's like a more polished than Mega Man Zero. Now, that might be a hot take, but I don't really care. But there's that. But the main thing, like, I think the gameplay was for the most part chill. But again, and I think Kohaku, or whatever her name OMC is, she's like kind of cute. She's like kind of cute. I didn't particularly, she's not that memorable, nor do I really care about her story that much, but she is like kind of cute. The main reason why it's so high up here is that final boss battle. Oh my god, that final boss battle. That, in my opinion, I'm not gonna spoil it gameplay wise, but it was so fun. Like, that's how you do a final boss battle, in my opinion. Like, it was hard, but I wanted to keep going at it. Like, I knew I could defeat him eventually. And just like the high of realizing one of his mechanics, and me finally beating him, oh my god. It was absolutely such a memorable moment for me. Like, that is such a memorable moment for me, and I still remember it. And that's literally the only reason why Cogen gets so high. It still would be A tier, don't get me wrong, but that final boss battle, when I defeated that final boss, oh, that was peak. I absolutely loved that. And like I said, for the most part, there really, again, like I said, there wasn't really anything I can like critique about the game. Like, I can see what the game's vision was, and they did it pretty good. And I have like basically like no critiques about it, because obviously I prefer like that style as well. And but yeah, that's the main thing. And then the next one though, number 4, probably another game none of you have heard about, Dusk Divers. Yumo and an MC, again, not per se that memorable. Cute, a little bit cute, but that's basically all she has going for her. And it's like, oh, then why is it so high up? Because the gameplay was kind of neat. Like, the gameplay and the story interactions, they were kind of neat. Like, I'll be real with you, I don't really know why Dusk Diver is this high up. I'll be real with you, I really don't know why. I think I just really liked the gameplay. Like, I think it's like a hack and slash plus Dynasty Warriors a little bit kind of ordeal. I just like, I don't know, I think the more I play like hack and slash like Dynasty Warrior games, the more I'm just like, you know, I actually really do enjoy these type of games, you know? I think I just really do enjoy like the gameplay loop. The gameplay loop was kind of just fun, you know, just like, oh, what da 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 da, and then, you know, I was pulling out like a 50 cal. Like, I think I just really enjoyed the gameplay, you know what I mean? The story's a little bit forgettable. The side characters, like, they don't do anything much, but like, you know, I think I just really enjoyed the gameplay. You know what? Sue me, I don't really care. I just enjoyed it. Fuck you. And the next tier would be the A+ tiers. These games, just like B+ tier, I really did enjoy them, and they are so close on being S tier games. But there's just like one major flaw, or if they did this one thing that I personally liked, it would have been S tier. I still enjoy these games a lot, do not get me wrong, but they're just so close on being S tier. But there's just something that either they didn't do that I wish they did, just some glaring big flaw that I have like gripe with. But A+ tier are still like really good games. Let's get that straight. The A+ tier are still really good games, in my opinion. Like, I really let me rephrase that. A+ tier are games that I really do enjoy, and I wished more out of them so they could have been S tier games. But yeah, like all A+ tier games have a potential to be S tier games. They just did something. There's something either I just didn't like, or there's something that they did do, they would be in the S tier. And this is gonna be really controversial for like my top 3 then. In number 3, and the third spot is Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. This is not a joke. I really did actually really enjoy this game. I think Gregory as an MC is super cute. I think his interactions with Freddy are really wholesome. Gregory's VA is absolutely top fucking notch. It is so cute. Gregory's VA is so fucking cute, man. And I don't know why. I can't really explain it. But I really did enjoy just running around the Pizzaplex. Like, genuinely, that was actually really, it was really fun. I don't know why, I don't know why, but it actually was just really fun. Just running around the Pizzaplex, seeing like the different cafeterias, the different settings, the different attractions, all of that. I can't really say other than I just really enjoyed it. Like, running around the Pizzaplex, finding the little like collectible present boxes and all of that. I think that was really fun. And then some of the chase sequences were absolutely really fun as well. Like, they were like nerve-wracking but fun, you know what I mean? Like the chase scene was like a minor gameplay spoilers, but like the chase scene with like Moon, that was really intense. Or, like the chase scenes with like the exoskeleton, you know, always having to look back so they don't chase you. Like all like the chase sequences, or like Music Man. Like, I think the chase sequences were absolutely like they were fine-tuned. They were just really enjoyable. You know, they were just really enjoyable. I just really did enjoy the aspects of Security Breach, and I think their story being nonsensical doesn't really bother me. I don't know why, but it doesn't really bother me that much. Like, Vanny not being too much of a like explored doesn't really bother me. And honestly, the ending, so slight spoilers, the endings are like done in a different style than like the main game. Basically what I'm saying is that the ending isn't cutscened. But I don't know why, but I sort of enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, I sort of enjoyed the style they went for like the endings. I know some people hate it, or some people thought, what the hell, they're lazy. But for me, I don't know why. But I just really enjoyed the style of how they did the endings. Now, don't get me wrong. I would too have preferred fully rendered cutscenes, but how they did it, I just really enjoyed it as well. And then in doing so, Ruin is also included in this as well, though, which is like, I also really enjoyed Ruin's story as well. I think Cassie's journey through the Pizzaplex was also fun. This was more of a fine-tuned railroad experience. Wasn't really as like open-ended as the base game was, like the Pizzaplex. Cassie was more like fine-tuned railroad, but I still enjoyed that, especially because of like that ending. That ending hits. That ending, I'm so glad I didn't get spoiled. I don't want to spoil it either, but I somehow didn't get spoiled for the ending of Security Breach Ruin, and oh man, that was an ending. That ending truly. That is an ending I was not expecting at all. Absolutely so enjoyable. I really can't say. Like I said, I can't really say. And it's like, oh, why is it not? Mainly because of the loading screen. That's like the main reason why it's like pretty low. The loading screens were pretty bad. I think I haven't posted the video yet, but I think lengthwise, I think of roughly about 3 to 4 hours is just me just waiting. But like, you know, I don't really care, you know, because it's my tier list, and I still enjoyed the game. You know what I mean? Like, is it like unoptimized for the PS4? 100%, but I still enjoyed the fucking game, even despite because of that like major flaw. And that's why it's in A+ tier, because of like that major flaw. And also, like, again, the story not being like too put together, but the character interactions again between like Gregory and Cassidy, Gregory and Freddy, I think those were just really wholesome, you know? Sue me, I don't really care. But yeah, also, by the way, I do not think Security Breach is better than any of the games beforehand. I just enjoyed it more. That I need to get that straight. I know Security Breach is not that good of a game, but for me, I enjoyed it. Second place would be One Shot, The World Machine. Now this does deserve this. I will adamantly defend them. This definitely deserves easily deserves second place. In where it's a really fun game. Like I think Nico as an MC is super cute, and like Nico's interactions with us, the god per se, is also like really wholesome, really cute. The little pixelated illustrations, absolutely peak. I enjoyed the little pixel art illustrations that they did for us. Not necessary, but because they did it, it just elevates the game so much higher. You know what I mean? And like Nico's like tragic story, like semi-tragic story. It's like, oh, you don't like, you know, it's not great, and like, you know, once like the world machine tells you of like, you know, what you have to do, it's like, it hurts. And then, you know, that elevator scene of if you really are going to tell Nico or not. Oh, it's just because you've grown a bond with Nico. It's just, it's so impactful. And then once you get to like the tower, and then when you have to, you know, I don't want to spoil it, but when you have to do the deed. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh man, it's just so beautiful. I loved Nico's like little interactions with like the side characters as well, and just repeating myself like a broken record, but like, you know, Nico being like, Sky, no, I am not going to break the sun, you know, or you know, his like little interactions like, but I don't want to trade somebody's baby. I wouldn't trade somebody's baby, especially not to a bird. And it's just like, it's just, Nico is just so, is such a cute and just like really such a cute MC, and I loved Nico. I loved the story. The two main things in why it doesn't get S tier though is because I think the Solstice chapter is a little bit disappointing, honestly, because it's just a lot of yapping. I'll be with you. Like, the Solstice ending is for people that care about more of the lore and less of the actual story. Like, they care more about the lore of like why this world came to be instead of like the actual story, in my opinion. And another thing would have been if this was fully VA'd, if this was fully VA'd, and if they nailed the Nico's VA, this would be a easy S tier. I am not even joking. Now I get it. Now either like budget or like you didn't want to, or again of its time. I think the release is in like 2007 or something like that. Like I get it, but if One Shot was fully voiced, this would be an insta fucking S tier game. I am not even joking, because I absolutely would have fucking loved to hear who they decided to be Nico's VA. If they did it right, insta S tier game. But even despite all that, I still thoroughly did enjoy One Shot. I think One Shot was really fun, and I think this is what I mean about like having a truly memorable MC. Like, so memorable, I even got a little plush of Nico, you know, because that's just how memorable and cute Nico is to me. Amazing. That's how you do, in my opinion, a truly memorable MC that I will not forget for a while. Now, unfortunately though, my number one is a bittersweet one. My number one is like a little bit bittersweet. This is by default. It is Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is by default. I wasn't expecting Fire Emblem Three Houses to be my favorite game of 2025. And I think, all things considered, it probably shouldn't have. You know what? I'll talk about that like near the end. But I'll talk about why I still enjoyed the game. I enjoyed Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think the story is actually really good. Like, I think part one, I think White Clouds is an absolutely amazing story with all the drama, mystery, and like me wanting to know more about the world, or where Byleth and Solstice's journey entails. I think White Clouds was absolutely amazing. The problem though then is in part 2. I think part 2 is a little bit of a letdown for all of them, which I think would be Crimson Flower, Azure Moon, Verdant Winds, and I forgot the church route's name. Yeah, I forgot the church route's name. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think all of part 2 is to be desired, to say the least. Like, I enjoyed part 1. I think part 1 was really good. And again, I absolutely loved the interaction between Byleth and Solstice. I think that's absolutely amazing. And again, I think most of the side characters, for the ones that I liked, I think their stories were interesting and their banter between each other were kind of like fun and cute. Gameplay, it's like fine. I don't really care about like gameplay wise, but again, it's mainly just like story and like characters, where it's just like I thoroughly did enjoy part 1, but it's just like why? It's like, oh, then why is it technically number 1? It's just like because I played so much of it, I can't really put it anywhere. Like at the end of the day, like depending on the day, I could probably put one shot higher at the end of the day, but it's also like, I just played the game longer though, you know what I mean? And it's just like, that sounds weird. But it's like also like fully voiced, which like for the most, yeah, it is fully voiced, which I like thoroughly enjoy. I think the gameplay is like fine, you know, like the combat's fine. I also didn't play, but it's like I just really enjoyed the story, and I think the potential for the story was just so high, especially because they had such a good beginning. Like part 1, White Cloud was just. I'm not even joking. Part one, White Cloud basically is like carrying, for the most part, a majority of Fire Emblem 3 houses, because I really did just enjoy it. Now, and the other ones aren't bad. Like the part 2s, for the most part, they aren't bad. But my main issue with that is that I wish it was more condensed. Like they go into, for the most part, 4 separate paths, but they don't. It's not like good enough. Like I think the cutscenes as well, I think they're roughly speaking sparse. I think if there was more cutscenes in Fire Emblem, then I think it would have been better. And it's just like, I think if their stories were just a little bit more fleshed out, like they're all 3 of the main house leader stories were a bit more fleshed out, then I think it would have been better as well for like their individual stories. Or if you really want to, this is I haven't made videos about it yet either, because I haven't even touched editing Fire Emblem 3 hours, so that's like 150 hours. Like that is a giant project that I I don't want to deal with right now, you know what I mean? I don't want to deal with it right now. But again, it's like the characters are just really enjoyable. Like I really did in like this. Like obviously now it could be because like the cast is like so big, but this is like a game where like I have the most favorite / love characters. Now it also could be just because of how like big the cast was, but I still did enjoy like a lot of the characters, and because like, you know, I'll make a video on them eventually, I don't really want to spoil it. But yeah, no, it's just like I really, like for the most part, I really did like enjoy the interactions and like the stories and where it could have been, like the potential of Fire Emblem. It's there. Yeah, it's just so disappointing. I still enjoy the game, don't get me wrong, but it's like, and it's like the character interactions with it's mainly with Byleth and like Solstice. I would have loved to see how their story truly panned out, but their story didn't. The potential is so real. It's so unfortunate, but I still love the game. I still do love the game, and this is the game where it's like I can't really describe and why I love the game so much. That isn't just ranting about like my top 5 to 6 favorite characters, you know what I mean? And I don't really want to do that, because if I do that, it's slightly spoilery, and this video isn't really meant to spoil people on games at all. That's the number 1 by default my favorite game of the year. But the problem though, that you're probably noticing something, S tier. There are no games that have reached S tier this year, and that's why it was so difficult for me to say that my favorite game of the year was Fire Emblem 3 Houses, because if my favorite game of the year doesn't even reach S tier, is it really that good? You know what I mean? And it's just like I think this year is just in like S tier basically for the most part are just games that I truly loved through and through. I'll just tell you right now for like the criteria of the reach S tier. Pretty much you have to basically be an anime-esque game. You have to be fully voiced. You have to have a good intro / premise / hook, and you have to have a satisfying or good ending / conclusion, in my opinion. Those are basically, if you don't have mainly 3 to 4, if not all 4 of those aspects, you basically cannot get into S tier. And that's literally just my own personal tastes, you know, in which like you have to basically do. Also, you basically have to be like third person. I don't think that'll ever be a first person game that'll ever reach S tier, but I could be wrong. If the first person game does the other 3 completely right, then maybe. But yeah, no, it's just like, that's basically my criteria of like S tier games. Like S tier games are truly like when I play them, they are truly tailor made for me. You know what I mean? It's like I truly do love the MC. I love the story or journey they go on, and I have like, you know, and the ending is just satisfying to me, and that's basically what S tier has to be, and it's really just curated to my tastes pretty much. And the problem though is that I could nitpick some things, or there were some things I wished that the A+ tier did better. You know, like for Fire Emblem, I wish that part 2 was better. For One Shot, I wished it was fully V8, and for Security Breach, that game probably wouldn't have reached S tier anyways. But yeah, I'm kind of like an outlier, but it's like I can say that I enjoy it a lot, but I can't really tell you. But it's like it's also like not good enough to get S tier, I guess the best way to put it. Oh yeah, I guess another one that you have to, I have to feel like you deserved S tier as well, I guess is the other criteria. And that's why it's just like, and the problem though, at least for me, I'm just gonna go like yapping wise, by the way, for the most part, but yeah, that is all the games that I played in 2025, to say the least. This year, 30 games. I'm going to play less games next year. 30, like last year I played 19, this year I played 30, but as you can see, it was really bottom heavy. It was literally really low tier wise, and I think I mainly did that to myself as well. I know that I mainly did that to myself because most of these games I wasn't actually expecting or really excited to play. I think of this tier list, there was only about 5 to 6 games that I was actually excited to play. The other games were either being like popular games, stuff like that. Another thing with my criteria is that if you're like a popular game, like 2 popular examples would be Ghost of Tsushima and like Dark Souls and Final Fantasy VII. If you're like a really popular game, I will have a higher criteria, or I will critique the game higher than games I would critique like something like Cogen or like Dusk Divers, because no one talks about them. I haven't heard anyone talk about those 2 games comparatively to like Final Fantasy VII, Dark Souls, and like Ghost of Tsushima. You know what I mean? So like that's just like another criteria for me. But I know I kind of did it to myself, where it's like I only actually wanted to play, roughly speaking, 5 to 6 of these games. The other ones were kind of just like throw a dart at the wall pretty much and just see what lands, you know what I mean? Or just like, hey, this is a quote-unquote short game, and I don't have time to play a long game because of like the schedule I wanted to think about. But I'm also going to like slightly change how I tackle, not per se video games, but like how I tackle like this channel personally, in where like I tried to do, roughly speaking, a weekly upload, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't really think I can do that. So basically my goal is like maybe weekly. Not that. My main goal for next year would mostly be a new game every 2 weeks for the most part. So if you do that, that means for the most part it's every 2 new games every month. Is basically my criteria. And also there's some videos of some games that haven't even been posted yet because I haven't posted them yet. I haven't even started editing them yet, but that's because I've done that. So the games would have been, I haven't made videos for Celeste, Vampyr, or Killzone yet, because the last one, at least before 2025, that I posted was Ghost of Tsushima. And my last video will obviously, for 2025, will obviously be this year. So for next year, I do have a quote-unquote leeway of like a month and like a month and a half. But next year, I am definitely going to play more games that I actually want to play, okay, or I'm actually like have high expectations that's hyped to play, or that I know that I will enjoy the game, you know what I mean, or like I'll have like enjoy the game more, like hopefully I enjoy the game more, or play more bangers, because it's like I was supposed to play a different game that wasn't Killzone, but I didn't want to rush the game because I think it deserves, you know, my time to actually like, you know, not be worried about like quote unquote deadlines. So yeah, I will try to do 2 new games a month, roughly speaking. I will try, or like post a video, you know, not actually like play 2 new games a month, but I'll try to like post a new game every month, and that's kind of like where I will like handle this channel. Again, this channel pretty much dead in the water. I don't really give a fuck, you know what I mean? But also at the end of the day, this channel is like more for me and more of a motivation to like keep on playing games, because it will, quite frankly, if it wasn't for this dead ass channel, then I wouldn't have played 30 games this year. Like I generally would not have played 30 games this year, but it's because I had like a quote unquote deadline that I set for myself, like, oh hey, you know, X day is coming, like Wednesday is coming, you need to start planning on what game you might want to play, and then making sure like you have enough time to play the game and like start editing and finish editing the game, you know what I mean? And it's just because I have that same mindset, which is like sweet, and why I do play. And that's why there's also like a lot of short games as well, and not per se long games, because I procrastinate a lot. I still haven't fixed my procrastination. I'm so sorry. I really wish I was better at not procrastinating, because I think if I was better at not procrastinating, I would play like more better games, you know what I mean? Like I like C tier is, for the most part, they're all like under like, you know, like 10 hours, like most, you know, barring, you know, Labyrinth of Galleria, most of the C tier games are basically games you could beat in under 10, maybe most even like 8 hours. But these are all games that just like, you know, I saw on my backlist, all my backlogs, that they weren't too long. Cause it's like when I saw like the 20-hour game, I can play the 20-hour game, but the problem is like, I procrastinated so long that I only have like a week, and I obviously don't have enough time in like a single week to play a 20-hour game and then start editing that 20-hour game. I just don't have enough time because I like procrastinated too much. But yeah, that's kind of the thing with me, where it's like why there's actually like a lot of short games, all things considered. Like don't get me wrong, they have like 2 to 3 like big giant games that I played, like playtime wise. But yeah, no, next year is definitely going to be just slightly different. Also, I have like a shorts channel now, but no one really gives a fuck about that. I just want shorts on like a different channel that wasn't on my main channel, because yeah, sue me, I don't care. And I have to do shorts about not all of these games. Some games won't get shorts because I don't find them memorable enough to do a short about them. But yeah, the Clueless. 2025 was a year. I hope next year would be next year will be better, because I will play games that I truly know that I will at least like enjoy a bit more, you know what I mean, or actually like want to play, or that I know that they focus on like the story / characters. But yeah, the TLDR, next year I'm gonna play more games that I actually am excited to play / want to play. So yeah, if you skip to the end, this is again just my tier list. This is mainly just how much I enjoyed the game. I don't think any of the games that are ranked high are better than the games ranked lower. God forbid. It is just my enjoyment of the game. That is it. But yeah, that's it for this one though. Yeah, for now.